it's your man StyleCon coming at you today with another video. Now, let's get into today's topic of discussion, and that will be the Gateway wristwatch. Say, StyleCon, the Gateway, what's the big deal? There is a big deal. And I've watched enough YouTube videos on wristwatches. Everyone talks about their Grail watch. You know, that watch that obviously is their Grail, but one they've always wanted. They might be working towards either saving, working a part-time job to get. But nobody talks about that Gateway watch. That watch that got you into the hobby. I don't care what your budget is. You know, if you're buying $200 watches, $5,000 watches, $50,000 watches, $100,000 watches, there has to be a Gateway wristwatch that made you decide this is the hobby for you. And I looked this up on YouTube before I decided to do this video, and nobody has a video on Gateway wristwatches. Now, I actually have two. Now, if you watched any of my previous videos, I talk about like when I was younger, I was in college, I used to own a bunch of swatches and Guess watches. That was some of my Gateway watches, but my real Gateway watch was a Movado Esperanza. This was the watch that got me hooked into the hobby of collecting wristwatches. And I thought this watch was beautiful. It got a ton of compliments. Now, my styles have changed. That Movado was incredibly flashy. People recognized that dial, you know, and that was great. Now, I'm more a little subdued in my older age, but needless to say, at that time, that was the watch for me, and that just got me hooked. And then that's when I got my Breitlings, I got my Panerais, you know, I got my Ulysse Nardins. This was my Gateway wristwatch. And my question to you out there that do watch my wristwatch videos, what is your Gateway wristwatch? I don't care if it's an Orient Bambino, you know, a Seiko Turtle or anything like that, but there has to be something that fuels the fire, that gets you pumped up about collecting wristwatches. That's what it doesn't, you know, wristwatches shouldn't equate to budgets. Now, if you watch some of my previous videos, I talk about that. You know, if you're a man and, you know, you're making a mortgage payment, you're trying to pay for kids' colleges or take care of your family, you may not have the most money in the world, depending upon, obviously, how much money you make. But with that, if you're into the hobby, there's gotta be a Gateway wristwatch that you have that said, I'm all in. You know, if you go gambling, you know, you got that perfect hand, you go, okay, I'm pushing all this money in, and I'm going for it. And not enough people talk about this, and they should, because as a YouTuber in the wristwatch genre, my thing is there should be a Gateway, well, actually it shouldn't be, there is. I don't care who you are. There is a Gateway wristwatch that you love that just said, I'm all in. And that's why I like making these wristwatch videos, you know, and I try to be a little different in my subjects than everyone else, because I don't want to be the norm, but needless to say, there are some things that are normal amongst us. And every one of us, I don't care who you are that's watching this video right now, there is a Gateway wristwatch that just said, I'm good, I'm in. Once again, it's your man StyleCon. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, leave them down below. And this is a topic of discussion. Please leave your Gateway wristwatch in the comments. I will comment as usual, and I will check you out in the next video.